Bobby Manning here. Welcome to the Garden Report. Celtics make it 3 straight, 126-102 over the Rockets. Probably the worst team talent-wise in the league, though. Kevin Porter, Jaylen Green in the third quarter keep it close.
Out. Yeah, they both.
They're within a possession or two. They were within 6 at half, and then things started to separate into the third quarter. Green kept it moderately close, and then the Celtics ran away with this one because they got pretty much the best simultaneous performance we've seen from Brown and Tatum. Brown racing to 39 on pretty efficient shooting, as well as Tatum right behind him at 38. They both took a few shots at the end trying to push for 40, but with 77 combined, 30 each again, they now have 18 games where they've scored 30 each.
Crazy.
That's second all-time, ahead of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, behind 33 from Kobe and Shaq. I asked Tatum what it's like to be in that company as a duo now.
In terms of you and Jaylen, up there with Michael and Scottie and Kobe, Shaq, in terms of those 30-point games each, how did you kind of imagine you two could look at your best? Because obviously a year ago we're here asking you guys if you can even play together. Now all of a sudden you're kind of on that echelon with those guys.
It's crazy. This time last year, y'all wanted to trade either one of us, and now you just said Mike and Scottie. So we're not as bad as you guys say we are, but we're not as good as Michael and Scottie yet. We just two young guys that love to compete, love to try to help our team win every night, and just trying to get better. But we gotta win. We gotta win when it counts most. For it to really mean something.
So what do you make of this accomplishment? Obviously Tatum downplaying it a little bit, saying we're not Jordan Pippen yet.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna do that, but I don't hate the question. I mean, they're the best duo in the NBA. I think that's something that people have been talking about, and
it's by far now too, I think.
Yeah, that, but also I think what raised the question, if I'm assuming here, is their age, right? I mean, they're still getting better.
And the fact that it wasn't working between them last year.
Well, the complete 180 that we saw within the last year, true. Yeah, that's a good point as well. But I also think that Jayson, I don't know, man, Tatum and Jaylen, he's made similar comments in the past where it's like, oh, well, the media tried to split us up. I'm like, well, you two weren't doing us a whole lot of favors, right? Like, we didn't see a whole lot of, examples of them, embracing one another, or no secret handshake or any of that. And I'm not saying that they have to do something like that.
They did have the tough conversation at one point.
They did have the tough conversation. Finally. I'm glad maybe they watched an episode of us, but no. Probably not, but we all knew that these two don't have to be best friends. I think that's another thing too. I think that's a part of this conversation that people think that because they're not best of friends that they can't make this thing work. Well, we hadn't seen an example of it. Fast forward 1 year later, and that's no longer the case, obviously. The run to the NBA Finals, what they do on the floor as leaders, as passers, as defenders, they've obviously proven that they can make this thing work. And now they're taking it to all new heights that we've never seen before.
And my turn, your turn's gone. You see them settling
which was
into
last
roles.
year, too. That happened last year a lot.
And I think that changed after the meltdown in New York. And they had a few bad games after that, where that isolation offense and trying to do it themselves led them into these collapses. But now you see Tatum, he's the point of attack. Brown's going to catch the ball and finish. I mean, he had 33 points and no assists, Brown, to start this game. So he is purely that scorer, catch and finish, make quick decisions after getting the ball, and maybe lead some second unit stretches there. I do actually like the play where he fell down, found Brogdon, and Brogdon found Rob that they overturned at the end of the third there. So he'll make some good plays, some good reads, 3.5 assists a game, but Tatum's the passer, Smart's that point guard, and Brown's the finisher. And that's what makes this all work. They all know what they need to do, and that's what Damon Stoudemire actually talked about a little bit after the game, is that teammates around these guys know where they fit in now. And I think these two know where they fit in as well. They have that understanding.
No question. I think a lot of that started last year, obviously, when this whole turnaround started. And when you see the way they approach defense, it's like a leadership it's like a lead by example where everyone else follows, and then that translates on the offensive end of the floor. And that's exactly what Damon Stoudemire talked about in the sense of what he saw in the second half, which was the Celtics putting together those stops. But it also started in the second quarter, right, Bobby? They put together 3 consecutive stops going into halftime. And they were able to just sort of fix what they were doing wrong, or at least capitalize off of those defensive stops. And who are the two main beneficiaries of those stops? It's Tatum and Brown. So that commitment, I think, started things, but then it led to them truly understanding how to read opposing defenses and how to work with one another. And that this is the product we're seeing right now.
Hey, and what better example than a night without their coach, Joe Mazzulla, saying, Tatum saying that the only difference with Joe Mazzulla out and Damon Stoudemire in as the head coach tonight is no Joe chewing that gum.
Chewing the bleep out of that gum. Yo, he does chew a lot of gum.
Yes.
He does.
Chewing the out of that gum.
I think it helps him focus or something.
That was a great quote.
I mean, a lot of people do chew their gum hard, but the way Mazzulla strikes me as someone though that he can have that same piece of gum for like 2, 3, 4 hours. Like, so I think that's what he probably means by that. Tatum was like, man, he drives us crazy.
I understand. A good win for Damon Stoudemire. Celtics show that they can make those reads and be free flowing and effective, even without their head coach here today. But Tatum saying there's still some important things that these coaches do to assist them through these games. Of course, we're brought to you by, assisted by Athletic Greens. Great sponsors like them. athleticgreens.com/garden get you 5 free travel packs, as well as a year's supply of vitamin D when you head over there. And Rocket Money, rocketmoney.com/garden. That's a big one. Save yourself some money, get rid of subscriptions you don't need, and find some more money management tools when you go over to rocketmoney.com/garden and download the app. Just check it out. See what's for you in there. Same with Athletic Greens, athleticgreens.com/garden, rocketmoney.com/garden, and the Celtics beat the Rockets 126-102 for Josue Pavon. Celtics All Access, CLNS Media. I'm Bobby Manning. This has been the Garden Report.